Alright, hey guys, welcome back to another video, and in this video, I'm going to be showing you the up-to-date versions of my custom Han Solo minifigure renders in MecaBricks. Let's get right to it. So, first we have, of course, Episode 4, A New Hope Han Solo. And before I cover everything else that changed from, previous videos, I want to go over the leg piece, because that's mostly the same. So I may or may not have said this before, but this is not the episode 5 leg piece just recolored. What I did is that I actually used the episode 4 leg piece. Well, overall, to make certain custom models, I use Ibis Paint X for some of them and Krita for others. Sometimes I even use both. But for this, so I put a template on Krita, which was the episode 4 leg piece. And well, another thing is that most of you will probably be able to tell that this is the episode 4 leg piece. I mean, come on, just look at the colors of the belt. It's dark brown and all that, and also the style. So for the Krita template, I put the episode 4 decoration there, and I also put the but I also put the episode 5 leg stripes there. But of course, I recolored them to red. And that's what I did for the left side. But for the right side, since that has the other things like the holster extending to the side of the right leg, I also did the same thing. I copied the stripes and recolored them red, but I also copied the holster. But other than recoloring it to a darker brown to match the episode 4 leg piece, I altered its size as well, also to match the episode 4 leg piece. And about the torso, I'm sure that some people at this point know that the shirt that episode 4 Han has is not accurate because it's the episode 6 shirt. And I myself didn't know until last year, late last year or early this year, that Han's shirt was different in A New Hope and Return of the Jedi. And I especially didn't know that his vest was different until I read an article going over his outfits called Banff Style, which I may or may not post that in the description, but either way. So I did that. I updated his shirt to match that. And I also changed his vest to better match episode 4. Like the overall way how his pockets look, the way how it's kind of above his shirt a little bit, and so on and so forth. And I also made custom back printing as well. And another thing, I think I said this in one of my previous videos, but for my customs, while I try to keep them accurate to the source material, I still want them to look as if they're official, because I really hate those customs, especially the ones that are that have those hand sculpted pieces like paper or clay or whatever put on them, because it's they try so hard to make them look exactly like the source material, and it just looks bad to me. Heck, even for some of the ones that actually are pad prints, I don't even like those either. Well, some of them I do, but some of them I don't. So yeah, that's what I did. And the part of the reason why I was mentioning that is because it's not only is it just something that I feel you should know about my customs, but um I've actually had some people kind of just praise the overall model, but kind of joke about the chest hair that I made. I mean, of course, I'm not offended by it, but yeah, I know that may seem a little out of place, but there are a few reasons why I added that. One, it was shown in the movie, like his chest hair. Two, some other figures have details like that, like Dr. Evazan. He has chest hair from the 2020 Mos Eisley Cantina. And three, this looked absolutely horrible without the chest hair. It just looks so bland. But yeah, that's that for episode 4 Han. And here's Ceremony Han, like the Yavin ceremony. Now, overall, well, actually, first, this gives you a look at what the right side of the leg printing looks like. And, well, also, just to be clear, I know it may seem like some parts, there aren't certain colors right here, but it's just because it's just due to the lighting, but it has everything, all the lines and stuff like that. So this is overall the same as the previous model. The only differences are the arms and just part of the torso. So the arms, those are actually from my episode 6, Return of the Jedi Han Solo. It's just that I figured I could use them here too. And for the torso, I overall used the same vest, the same torso template, but I just altered it to like the color and the shirt to better match what he wore in that scene. And also, at first glimpse, it may not be obvious, but that's actually a custom face that I made. And I'm saying that it may not be obvious because one of the official faces that Lego made for Han looks sort of like this. But when you look at that and then look at this, you'll probably be able to see a difference. And this is also dual sided, which you'll see later. And here's episode 5 Han. Now, here's the thing. Since this Han Solo figure is by far probably the most and only complete version of Han in real life, I only felt the need to make one additional change, and I didn't even think about that until like later on, some months ago. So in the film, Han, for some reason, had a small left pocket on his left arm. So I felt like I could have just included that. So I just included that, which is not seen here, but it'll be shown in a later image. And here's Carbonite Shirt Han. So the very first time I made this, I used the official torso, but after I realized how outdated it is and how it's modeled after a shirt or the shirt model that an older version of episode 5 Han had, I just decided to change it. So what I did is that I copied the shirt area from this one to this one, and I also had used the official shirt torso, like the official Carbonite Shirt torso for some other things, but overall it's a new torso design that I made. And I also added custom back printing that I attempted to make similar to the Skywalker Saga, which will also be shown in a later image. And about the leg piece, the overall template, I just used the episode 5 dual model legs. I just erased the like holster and all that. And here's Carbonite Han. Now here's the thing. This isn't complete because MecaBricks has yet to add the Carbonite pattern, which I would really look forward to. So I just decided to do this. But the overall thing is, I didn't make the block. I found it somewhere else, and I just felt like I could use it. But I did make some minor, like very minor refinements to it. But the Han Solo thing that you see, I did make that because I just I just used the parts that were already in MecaBricks, but I made the custom face, which I wanted it to be more accurate to the source material because the way how it's portrayed in real life and in the Skywalker Saga isn't really accurate to the films. And I also felt that this hairpiece would be a lot better than the one that's always used. I've known for many people to say that Carbonite Han should have the wavy hair that Han has had since 2016, but that wouldn't make any sense because his hair was matted down when he was frozen. And this captures that more than not only the 2016 wavy hairpiece, but the bowl cut that he always sports in most things. And here's just a for free, or not for free, a for fun render that I made, which just depicts. I mean, the only thing I actually wanted to show here was just another custom face that I made, which is also dual sided, which represents him when he is unfrozen. And that's it for that one. And here we have one of my absolute favorite Han designs. I remember during 2020 and last year, and even at some points earlier this year, I always tried to look up images of a Lego Episode 6 Han, and I was almost never able to find an image. And whenever I did, it was barely anything that was eye-catching in my opinion. So I took matters into my own hands and did it myself. And also, it came out a lot better than I imagined, or than I ever dreamed of. So what I did is that, well, first and foremost, this is actually the same face that you see on my custom ceremony Han, and I also made, well, the only really real thing that's actually custom here is just the arms and the torso, because the arms, they're a custom color that's not MecaBricks, and same thing with the torso. But the torso, just like the Carbonite shirt, I copied the shirt area of the episode 5 Han Solo to here, but made some refinements, such as like making it so that it matches with the rest of the figure, and also altered the color slightly. And I also made some adjustments to the vest as well to better match Return of the Jedi, and to further differentiate it from the official one. And here's young Han Solo. So I didn't notice this until a few months ago, but Han Solo's shirt, pants, and certain details on his jacket in the 2018 film were actually a very dark blue, not black. So what I did is that I basically just did that and also made like a slight color correction to the jacket. I made it more brown and less orange. And I also made some adjustments to like that ID or whatever it is he has on his jacket. And just to be clear, I'm sure that most of you already know this, but just to be clear, the leg piece that you see here, that's not the episode 4 leg piece. It's the solo leg piece. I just made it like dark blue and added the Corellian butt stripes, which the Corellian butt stripes, I did copy and paste those from the episode 4 one, but overall, this is the solo leg piece. And I also made it a darker blue than the episode 4 leg piece because his pants in the 2018 film were almost black, so I figured that would capture it better. And here's an image that kind of here's the first of a few images that shows you some other things. So the overall thing that I wanted to show here is this one. This not only gives you a glimpse of what my custom ceremony Han looks like without the metal and everything, but it also shows you what the other side of the custom face that I made looks like, which is like, you know, that infamous wink he did. And one thing that I actually forgot to mention about the ceremony Han is that I actually had to edit the emblem onto it because it's the metals are not decoratable in MecaBricks, so I just decided to like do it like that because I wanted it to be complete. But for this one, this shows the only addition I made to episode 5 Han, which is a reference to the not reference, but which is that pocket that he had in that in the film Empire Strikes Back. And this shows you what the other side of my unfrozen Han Solo head looks like. And last but not least, this final image shows you all the custom back printings that I did to them. Now, the only one that doesn't have custom back printing is Best Ben Episode 5 Han, because just like most other cases with the figure, he's probably the most complete version. So this one doesn't have custom back printing, but the other ones do. Here's what it looks like for these two. As you can see, it's overall the same thing, just has the different colored shirt. And here's what it looks like for these three. Alright, so that'll be it for this video. Thanks for watching, leave a like, and subscribe. And also, I tend to forget to say this, and I always just put it in the description, but I'm actually going to say this time. If there are some things that I forgot to say, I'm going to post them in the description. So, yeah, that'll be it. Again, thanks for watching. See you later.